I have to admit that I never really looked into Jeffrey Dahmer's connection to Ohio until now. I am William Swafford, and this is Murderers in Ohio.
So we got a killer on a run in Ohio.
Hi, I'm Bill Swafford, and this is Murderers in Ohio, the true crime podcast about men and women who have been convicted of murder in the state of Ohio. Netflix has released a new series about Jeffrey Dahmer. I did start to watch this series. I haven't finished it yet, though. Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested and convicted in the state of Wisconsin. However, he was convicted of a murder right here in the state of Ohio. Jeffrey Dahmer is the serial killer that is known for the brutal killings of at least 17 men, most of them from the gay community. He dismembered his victims, and he ate some body parts of some of the victims. What ties Jeffrey Dahmer to Ohio is that Jeffrey Dahmer murdered his first victim in 1978 in Bath Township, Ohio. Jeffrey wasn't born in Ohio. The Dahmer family moved to Ohio in 1966, and then in 1968 they moved to Bath Township. Bath Township is in Summit County, Ohio, which is in northeastern Ohio, south of Cleveland, and about 20 minutes north of Akron. Jeffrey had gone to Bath Township community schools. He had even attended Ohio State University, but only for a short time, only a few months. Jeffrey was not a good student. He had a very bad grade point average. The school ended up kicking him out. So how did a person who was so bad in school get away with murder for so long? Jeffrey's first victim was an 18-year-old hitchhiker by the name of Steven Hicks. Jeffrey had picked Steven up on State Route 224 after Steven had attended a concert. Jeffrey had made some sexual advances that Steven wasn't into, and Jeffrey ended up murdering Steven Hicks. And this all happened in 1978. Jeffrey at that time did cut up Steven's body. However, Jeffrey did not eat any of Steven's body parts. The crazy thing about this is that law enforcement had a chance to stop Jeffrey before he had gone any farther, before he could murder anyone else in the future. Jeffrey had put Steven's body parts into trash bags, and then he put those trash bags into his car. Jeffrey was out driving and drinking and got pulled over. Law enforcement could have arrested Jeffrey that night and searched his car. Reports say that the law enforcement even put their flashlights on the trash bags. However, they sent Jeffrey Dahmer home that night. If they would have arrested Jeffrey that night, there's a chance that Jeffrey could have never killed anyone else and had become the serial killer that he's known to be today. After that, Jeffrey had gone into the Army and was a medic. However, just like college, that didn't last very long. Jeffrey was kicked out with an honorary discharge. After the Army, Jeffrey did return to Ohio. That is when Jeffrey scattered the remains of Steven Hicks throughout his yard at his childhood home on West Bath Road. Jeffrey Dahmer's childhood home address was 4480 West Bath Road. Jeffrey Dahmer admitted to killing Steven Hicks after his arrest in Wisconsin. At the end of July of 1991, law enforcement would search Jeffrey Dahmer's childhood home on West Bath Road. They found pieces of what they thought were Steven Hicks' remains. Jeffrey Dahmer would be put on trial for the murder of Steven Hicks. Jeffrey Dahmer would plead guilty for this murder and receive an additional life sentence to the 16 that he already had. Jeffrey Dahmer was murdered by another inmate while he was incarcerated in Wisconsin. I hope that you enjoyed hearing a little bit about Jeffrey Dahmer's connection to Ohio. Please hit that like and share button, and also subscribe to Murderers in Ohio right here on YouTube. Also check out Murderers in Ohio on Spotify, Google, Apple, Iheartradio, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you. I'm Bill Swafford, and this has been Murderers in Ohio.
We got the devil on the run.